We've established the definition for communication as being connecting by creating shared meaning. In this session, we're going to explore the 5 purposes of communication. There are only 5 reasons why we communicate. Let's see what they are. These are the 5 communication purposes, the first one being informative. The sender is sending you a message to try to inform you about something. Maybe they're sharing directions with you. Maybe they're giving you a new procedure. The second is entertaining, where the sender's trying to lift your spirits up with a joke or a story. Social communication is all about rapport building or establishing a relationship with another person. And so the sender engages in small talk with you. Emotional communication is when the sender is venting their feelings to you and they're expecting something from you, most likely empathy. And then we have persuasive communication, where the sender is trying to get you to act or modify or change something in your life. So here's the key. We need to be able to detect which purpose the sender is giving us so that we can connect with them to create shared meaning. Let's look at an example. This comes from the film Apollo 13, and we'll see the Flight Operations Director Gene Kranz in a meeting with his team, a high-stakes meeting. The challenge is how to bring the astronauts back to Earth with time to spare. As you watch this, spot the communication purposes.
You can only give our guys 45 hours? That brings them to about there. Gentlemen, that's not acceptable.
Gene, you gotta talk about power here. Whoa, guys! Power is everything. Power is everything.
What do you mean?
Without it, they don't talk to us, they don't correct their trajectory, they don't turn the heat shield around. We gotta turn everything off. Now. They're not gonna make it to re-entry.
What do you mean, everything?
With everything on, the LEM draws 60 amps. At that rate, in 16 hours, the batteries are dead, not 45. And so's the crew. We gotta get them down to 12 amps.
12 amps? How many? You can't run a vacuum cleaner on 12 amps, John.
We gotta turn off. We have to turn off the radars, cabin heater, instrument displays, the guidance computer, the whole smack.
Whoa, guidance computer. What if they need to do another burn? Gene, they won't even know which way they're pointed.
The more time we talk down here, the more juice they waste up there. I've been looking at the data for the past hour.
That's the deal?
That's the deal.
Okay, John. The minute we finish the burn, we'll power down the LEM.
All right.
Now, in the meantime, we're gonna have a frozen command module up there. In a couple days, we're gonna have to power it up using nothing but the re-entry batteries.
Never been tried before.
Hell, we've never even simulated it before, Gene.
Well, we're gonna have to figure it out. I want people in our simulators, working re-entry scenarios. I want you guys to find every engineer who designed every switch, every circuit, every transistor, and every light bulb that's up there. Then I want you to talk to the guy in the assembly line who actually built the thing. Find out how to squeeze every amp out of both of these goddamn machines. I want this marked all the way back to Earth with time to spare. We never lost an American in space. We're sure as hell not going to lose one on my watch. Failure is not an option.
There were 2 communication purposes used in this meeting: informative and persuasive. The young engineer had all the information. He also made a specific and concrete recommendation to his boss. His boss seared, sensed, interpreted, and evaluated, and then he responded by putting a plan into motion. So what's the call for action for you? As people send you messages, detect what's the purpose so that you can then move toward making a connection in terms of locking in the shared meaning. In our next session, I'll share with you the listening castle.